I need help from Anne Russell specifically, but anybody who's got any ideas would be great. I moved into this flat last week. Been here for a week and a few days now, and I've had some problems, contacted the landlords, and they've solved most of the problems. However, there is still one outstanding issue. The bedroom for this flat is in the basement, and in theory that's pretty cool. In practice, horrific. As you can see, my eyes are like red, my nose is red, I sound bunged up. That's because this bedroom has a mould problem.
To get the whole thing, please go and watch her video, it makes sense. Basically what it is, she's got a small bedroom, nice bedroom though, and it's a basement flat with one window which is up, and there's a mould problem because it's damp, and she's got a bit like that, and there's a storage box that's built in and it's mouldy in it. Now, obviously it's difficult to get in, and you're trying to get in and kill the mould. The thing is, the thing that will stop mould is dryness. You will, if you have damp, you will constantly get mould back. Mould is a constant. I wrote it in one of the books about every breath you take has a mould spore in it, because we live in England. It's a country full of mould spores because it's damp. Now, the thing is, you've got to dry that out. Now, as it's a basement flat, that might be an ongoing issue, and you might need to go and get a desiccant dehumidifier, which come winter you might be very glad of, because it would do, instead of heating in that room, a treat. However, in the meantime, she's got like this storage box that's built into one side of what you would think of as chimney breast, but it's not. That is one of those disposable jobbies that, you see, it's run. I have a patch behind a chair. My house is dry, doesn't have a damp problem, but there is a little patch behind one chair where it gets in the corner, and I feed one of those down. You see what it's done, just to try and keep it away. That is a perfect thing. Get it as dry as you can. Spray it with mould spray, leave it to dry, and then get, in this case, the disposable dehumidifiers. The reason I'm waving that one around is I bought about 3 of these for £1 from a charity shop, and you do sometimes see them, and if I do, I always buy things like that are useful, things like mop heads and that. I always get, you'd be amazed what you can find. Anyway, so I'd get 3 or 4 cheap ones, just the disposable ones, put them in there and put the lid back on. If you need to seal it with some tape, so that what's in there is in there. It doesn't come out and disturb your breathing. Wipe around it and just leave it for 3 or 4 weeks. Open it out, and they should have collected all the moisture, and then put some more in and see how they go. The problem is that drying it out will get rid of the mould problem, but if you can't dry it out because the damp is coming in from the inside, which it might because it's a basement, that's going to be an ongoing issue. But if putting some dehumidifiers in it and sealing that box so that nothing that's in it can get into the atmosphere, then it should be a lot better. So yeah, 3 mould things in there, 3, 4, whatever, put them in there, and then tape. I'd use frog tape or something so that you can peel it off, and then just see how you go. But like I said, you might find that because it's a basement flat, it might have a persistent damp issue. A lot of them do. It's, there's not a lot you can do about it, if they're right down at the bottom. A desiccant dehumidifier. I bought one where we were in a very damp flat, and honestly, it's done me proud, and that was well over 10 years ago, and it's earned its keep so much.